hear from plenty of experts at this weekend's camper, travel, and RV show in Grand Rapids, and if you check out the show, and many of them are going to speak to the freedom and the independence the RV lifestyle offers.
But you don't have to wait. Our next guests have been living out of a can for over a decade, and they've been sharing their travels and educating those who just dream of living on the open road. Sherry Gagliardi and David Hutchinson, familiar, I don't know. They're known as Sherry and Hutch. They joined us this morning to give us a feel.
Tricky word.
Yeah, thanks for writing that, Todd.
Sorry.
Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Talk to us about your journey to this point, more than a decade out there. Did you ever think you would be here this long after this journey began?
Absolutely not. It started back in the fall of 2010. When we had been talking about doing something a little bit different for a while, living more sustainably, and I had that day at work. I had that day at work that was the clincher of we need to do something different, and bought this little camper on eBay.
I have an image in my head of like that Tom Cruise movie where you got the goldfish and you're like, who's coming with me? You know, because I'm out of here.
Yeah, I love to say that her message to me when I came home and she said I bought the camper was, I'm leaving. You're invited.
You had an option.
I gave him
a choice.
For sure. Yeah. Come or go, whatever you want.
I love your story because when people go to this show, they like to hear from people who have been there and done that and lived these things. Obviously, you guys for over a decade have been living this lifestyle on the road, no real home address, so to say.
You gotta have one.
You gotta get mail somewhere.
Pay those taxes.
Where have you gone? I mean, we're seeing these amazing pictures. I mean, you must have just over the past 10 years traveled the whole nation.
We have. We've been to all 50 states and 10 Canadian provinces and territories. We did not take our camper to Hawaii. Hamlet is his name. We did not take them to Hawaii, but we did rent a vintage RV, a bus on Maui. So we kind of count that.
Kept it in
the vintage.
People who follow you on social know that you've named your trailer Hamlet.
Correct.
Hamlet's a character.
Yes.
He's a part of the story.
Yeah. And so you're obviously going to be here sharing your stories with everyone I mean, not everyone has the goals of doing that, but you have so much knowledge and so much information to offer these people. Talk about what these are like for people to engage with you.
Sure, at the seminars themselves? Sure, yeah. We offer 4 different topics here at this show. And so one's going to be on Solar 101, and that is to help people learn what they need to know about running on solar. We've been doing this for 11 and a half years, so we consider ourselves experts in this field. Also, we love to cook, so and we love to do it gourmet, and we have a 2-burner propane stove. And
we can do
amazing food, and just show people how to do that so that because people are like, what do you eat? Well, real food, like really good food, you know.
And lastly, in 2022, we finally got to Alaska with our RV. And we took our vintage camper and we took it all on the Alcan Highway. And so we're going to be sharing the realities and the surprises and the fun of exploring the last frontier.
Oh my gosh.
And we just can't wait to go back. It was so much fun. We had a great time.
For those who, hindsight's 2020, right? For those who might be considering doing something like this, boy, what a resource. If you've been there, done that, you've made the mistakes.
Right? So that's what they call an expert, right?
Keep making them. Keep making them too, right?
That's how you learn.
Let me hold in on the solar things. You must have seen the industry as a whole. I mean, when solar started, just in the past 10 years, how it's improved.
It's been crazy.
It's incredible. I'll just tell the story. When we first started out, we would put this little 80-watt panel out in front of the camper on his guitar stand, and we would strap it on there because there was nothing known as a solar suitcase. So we would do that, and people would walk by and say, is that a solar panel? What are you running with that thing? And now people are asking us the highly technical questions. And we're like, wow, that conversation has changed drastically. So they know. They're coming in with some knowledge. And but then there's some folks that are like, I don't know any of the terminology, and I want to do this. I don't want to run a gas generator anymore. And so we're there to fill that in.
Plug into the sun, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
And there's so many people doing it. There's so many different ways to do it that so we're just trying to help people break free from that fossil fuel habit,
And probably when you started, there weren't that many people doing what you do. I think the pandemic and time, and there are many more people that, if they're not doing it, want to do something like this.
Yes.
Talk about how it's really changed your life, and you know, where you go from here.
Sure, that's a good question. I mean, people keep saying, "Well, do you see any settling down?" And at this point, we keep saying no, because we're in a place for like 2 weeks, and we're like, "Oh, it's starting to. We have itchy feet. It's time to get going. We need some wind in our hair." And so, how other people choose to do it? We just want to say, if you want to do this for 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 years, we have some resources, because everyone wants to take a road trip at some point, and everyone can, and everyone should. This nation is this continent is an amazing place, and it's our shared resources, and there's ways to explore it that take up less space, and that's what we try to do it. And we say, if we can do it in 72 square feet, you can do it in one of those fabulous RVs that are out on the show floor. I'm sure you can find something.
Absolutely.
There will be something
There will be something for everyone.
And when this continent's done, there's a few other continents you can check out too.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's in the plan. That's in the plan.
We meet people all over who have brought their own rig from Europe and from Australia.
You should put it on a boat and ship it away?
Absolutely. That's the thought.
Well, if you want to follow along with these awesome adventures, the story of Hamlet, of course, and Sherry and Hutch do. Freedom in a Can, really. freedominacan.com. Get there and look. It's an amazing site. You'll spend some time there. And then come see them at the Grand Rapids Camper Travel and RV Show, the 18th to 21st, all weekend long at DeVos Place. Go to grandrapidsrvshow.com for more.